Đây là thủ đô của Tích Lan đó, Colombo. Đất nước này là 70% là Phật giáo. Mặc dù là đạo Phật đó, thì đến đạo Phật là xuất phát từ Ấn Độ, nhưng mà cái nôi mà lớn cái đạo Phật với tồn tại đây là ở Tích Lan, chứ không phải là ở bên Ấn Độ. Đạo Phật xuất phát từ Ấn Độ, nhưng mà không có phát triển mạnh là tại vì ngày xưa cái thời đó là bị đạo Bà La Môn muốn hãm hại Phật giáo, thành ra nên Phật giáo không có trưởng thành ở đó được. Thì cuối cùng là Phật giáo thì tồn tại đa số là ở bên Tích Lan, tức là Sri Lanka. Và hiện nay thì kể như là 70% dân số này là theo Phật giáo. Và ở đây là Phật giáo lớn mạnh và tồn tại nhiều cái di tích lịch sử. voi nhiều á. Ở Tích Làng có nhiều voi. Tại vì cái đất nước này nó có 60 mấy ngàn km vuông, dân số thì có khoảng 20 triệu thôi, thành ra nên nó cũng không có rộng lớn gì. Cái tập quán họ sống là giống như Ấn Độ. Ở đây là cái ngày mà họ tụ họp lại, họ thả diều ở bên Tích Lan. Nhưng mà ở đây diều thấy không có đẹp, có nhiều nước thả diều thấy con nào con ấy bự trên nền mà đã lắm.
We just arrived in Kandy, Sri Lanka, which is in the center, in central Sri Lanka, on a plateau. It's a lush, beautiful city. And today for lunch, Ruzina has invited us to, her aunt owns a lodge, and so we're staying at the lodge, but her grandma has come from her home to cook for us a very special home-cooked, all-beef meal. The dishes that we're going to have are unique. They're not typically available at restaurants. We're hopefully going to see a little bit of the cooking. We're going to eat some incredibly delicious food and just have a chance to hang out with Granny, and I'm going to share all the food with you in this video.
Bây giờ mời các bạn theo chân của anh Mặc Quang để ta đi trải nghiệm ẩm thực của Tích Lan nhé.
The tongue.
The tongue.
Yeah, that will be made. This is cook the intestines. They are heavy meat eaters.
Awesome. Heavy meat eaters.
Yeah.
I like the sound of that.
This is belly
Mele
roti.
roti.
Yes.
Mele roti.
Yeah, of course.
We made it to Kandy. We are in the kitchen now with Grandma and some of Rosina's relatives, and they're preparing a very special meal for us. That's going to be all parts of the cow. There's tongue, there's hoof, there's intestines, there's
Beef.
the meat.
Yeah, meats.
Beef meat, all made into a variety of different curries. The entire tongue is like curled up in a single clay pot curry, which looks incredible. Right now she's making some mele roti, which is there's flour, there's coconut, shredded coconut in the recipe, there's
Bữa
olive
nay,
oil. And then what's unique about that
Hạnh
roti
đi
is that
đến
she's told
một
that
cái gia đình.
she rolls it out and
Ở
then
đây
folds
người
it over
ta
like
nấu,
4
người
times
ta
so that
đãi
it
anh
has
ăn.
layers, and then that goes on the hot plate to slowly. It's a really slow cook. Here, Katis.
Look there, just break a piece, see how soft it is?
Oh yeah, it's so soft yet like crispy, fresh off the grill. I can't wait to try it. Yeah, that's delicious. It's a flatbread, and yet at the same time it's kind of fluffy. Delicious. Okay. The pot roast tongue was already prepared when we arrived, but she's getting ready to make another tongue. There, I saw the tongue that was sitting in the sink. There's another tongue uncooked. She's getting ready to prepare that right now. She is washing the tongue now with some powdered turmeric to really clean it off, really prepare it before it's going to get cooked, the entire tongue. That's like a foot long.
Cái này là cái lưỡi con bò nha. Bà cụ này bà sẽ làm một cái món đặc biệt, cái lưỡi con bò cho anh ăn.
She added in the ingredients to some simmering coconut oil, and immediately you can smell the aroma coming out. The cloves, the onions, the garlic. Oh, it smells delicious immediately. Okay.
Thấy cái nồi cái đầu của bà thấy tội nghiệp quá ha. Ở bên đó nó nghèo mà thành ra xứ sở cái gì nó cũng cũ kỹ xấu xí hết trơn.
Okay, that will cook for a while.
Yes.
Bà già vậy mà bà nói cũng được tiếng Anh nữa chứ.
Coconut vinegar?
Vậy là bà là cũng thuộc cái dạng cũng có học.
She just added a spoon of coconut vinegar, and you could immediately smell the fumes coming out of the steam. Those
Thế là bà bỏ nước dừa vô trong rồi có giấm nữa.
They're going to be also making a rice dish. So that's rice. In goes some shredded coconut, and then some salt and some flour, and then it's going to the rice is already cooked. And then it's you're gonna form it into a little.
And we're gonna steam it.
Steam it in a
concoction.
Concoction. That's what it's called, a concoction. Yes. I don't know what to call. Concoction is good.
Yeah.
Contraption.
Contraption is better.
You really kind of like mash it up, blend it, mesh it with your fingers to get the rice completely blended with the coconut, a little bit of flour to hold it together, and then make it into like funnel. They're like funnel cylinder cakes of rice. In their community, this is a common dish. This is a common meal spread with the different beef curries with this type of rice.
Hình như là cơm trộn với dừa, rồi xong sẽ bỏ vô cái ống đó đó.
Flour and still kind of working it into little pellets almost. It really is going to be like a rice bread.
Nó bỏ vô cái đó đó.
Drop it in there.
Yeah.
Rồi họ mới hấp hơi đó.
5 to 10 minutes. So when the steam comes on, you have to.
Oh, then you put the lid on.
And then
Okay.
steam some more.
And let it steam for about 5 minutes, and then you'll have a reinvention of a rice cake bread. So the dishes are almost all ready. The rice cakes are ready. Yes, soon. 15 minutes. Granny says 15 minutes. time for lunch.
Cái đó giống cà ri quá, 15 phút nữa sẽ có ăn. Đó cái lưỡi bò bả làm mà sắp xong rồi đó. Còn cái cơm nó làm coi ngộ không? Nó bỏ vô đó nó hấp chút xíu cái nó dính lại.
Setting all the food on the table, the dishes are ready. There's like 4 or 5 different all beef meat dishes. There's an onion sambal. We're going meat heavy for this meal.
5-6 món luôn của con bò.
Thank you, thank you. It's a beautiful, beautiful spread of food. Everything hand prepared. No recipes, no recipes. Just she knows it all. Experience. Thank you. No artificial
Tức là dùng đồ của thiên nhiên không á.
Everything natural from here. It's a privilege.
Không có xài cái gì mà chất hóa học hết á.
And I can't wait to taste the food now.
So this is our version of the pittu. Okay, I'm gonna serve the poof now. Yeah.
Bà già mà bà cũng nói được tiếng Anh khá quá ha.
Oh my
So
god.
good.
I'm salivating. This is the intestine stripe and fat. Full on fat.
See it jiggling.
Yeah. Look. See?
Cái này là ruột già, ruột non với gân đồ này kia đó. Nó nấu giống cà ri quá.
Yeah.
Rosena just dished me an entire plate filled with all the meat. Actually, there's not even tongue on the plate yet, and my plate is full. Juices, the sauces. Some of them are actually more juicy, others are more like a dry curry sauce. We got the version of pittu with the rice and the flour, and then the roti, and then the sambal. The trotters, the feet, the intestines are just the little. You can see the little shoots. You can see the meat. It smells incredible. You can smell the cardamom, the clove, the cinnamon in there. First, what you do is you sprinkle, you douse the pittu in fresh coconut cream. Oh yes.
Đổ
Yes.
nước
As
cốt
much
dừa
as
lên đó.
you need, and then you can kind of reach in. You can kind of squish in. You can mingle it with the meat. I'm gonna try some of that. That's just the straight meat cubes. That beef right there, I believe it's
Rồi
cooked down
ăn
with,
giống
you can
người
see the
Ấn Độ
dry
rồi là
chilies in there.
chơi tay không à.
Oh wow. Oh, it's so good. It's so tender. It's so soft. You taste the dry chilies. You taste like that. You taste the cardamom, like clove flavor of it. As you keep on chewing, you taste a little bit of a sourness in that beef, which also comes from tamarind.
Lime and lime juice.
Ah.
Yes.
One of the meat is cooked with lime
Yeah,
juice.
lime and lime juice and
Oh, and the lime leaves.
Yes.
Right, as you showed. That one is cooked with the lime leaves. Okay,
À,
I'll try
nấu
that one
với
next.
lại
Yeah, there's
cái lá
there's three
chanh.
meats, right? Okay, I'll try this meat next. This one I think is the one with the lime leaf.
lime leaf.
You can almost feel how tender it is just in your fingertips. Oh yeah. That one you do taste the lime.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like superb balance of like richness and citrusiness. This is some of the food like you grew up eating.
Yeah. This is our childhood.
Special occasions,
Special occasions,
family get-togethers.
family get-togethers. We have this for everything, for anything, like anything, for birthdays, whatever we want. Like this
And it's
is.
always this mix of different.
When
Yeah.
together,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
together, you know.
Yeah. We eat a lot of meat, and also it's a respect for the whole cow because there's an entire animal being sacrificed. Right, so we have to
Exactly.
eat everything,
Every
not
part.
just one part and throw it out. So for us, it's a form of respect for this animal being sacrificed. You know, so we eat all the everything.
Okay, this one is the intestines.
Try the fat.
Oh, try the fat. Okay. Granny says to try the chunk of fat. Oh, before it gets cold. Okay, this is the respect right here, just the straight lump of fat. Oh yeah, that is just like ultra tender. It is ultra tender, just like jiggly on your tongue. I'm gonna mix in with some of the sambal, go in with the intestine, a little shoot. That's stunning. And
Nha,
It's
coi
like
đồ ăn có
totally
bộ
different
ngon.
style of rice. It's very crumbly. really works well to like soak up some of that sauce.
When you're tired of eating rice,
Mm.
for a change,
Make something like this. Okay, I'm moving in for the trotter, and I think I'll try that. Oh yeah,
that is a hoof.
the hoof.
Yeah.
Cow hoof, a chunk. All the collagen is just oozing. Be careful of the little toe bones. It's not fat, but it's like, it's jiggly, it's creamy, it's collagen-y. It's so like rich and succulent. I'll have some more once I'm gonna grab one of those pieces of tripe. And that roti is also awesome. There's coconut stuffed into it. It's like fluffy yet like hard and dense at the same time, all at the same time, and just wrapped up with that sauce. Like, what really stands out is the Sri Lankan version of all these dishes. It has like a tropical taste to it. Like they're rich and heavy with the meat, but at the same time you taste like the lightness of the lime leaves, the lemongrass. It's like a combination of meaty tropicalness. I'm gonna re-coconut and kind of work in a bite. Grab a piece of meat, grab some sambal. And then when you add a little bit of sambal, it just like complements everything.
Because it's like meat,
Mhm.
and then a little bit of tang.
Like refreshing, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit of tang.
You still haven't started the tongue yet.
We gotta try the tongue.
Now the tongue has arrived, it's waiting.
The tongue has arrived. Okay.
Tongue is ready.
Should we take a time out and tongue it? About to get up to taste the tongue, but Granny said I gotta finish all the fat on my plate, the fat lumps, because it'll get cold. He's like, quick, eat all the fat. So I have like 6 lumps of fat in my mouth right now. Okay. Granny is amazing. Okay, let's try the tongue.
It's like a pot roast.
It's like a pot roast, but with extra seasoning and sauce.
Okay.
And Rosanna gave me the.
Pot roast version.
Bây giờ
Oh, it's so tender.
các anh thử cái
It's so
lưỡi nè.
important because quickly cooked longer.
Oh wow, that is beautiful. Rosanna has given me the okay to just take a bite out of the tongue, so. Oh wow. Oh, that is amazing. Oh, that's one of the most satisfying bites I've ever had. Right out of the tongue. Thank you, Granny.
Grandmother.
Thank you, Granny. So tender. This also has like a sourness to it.
Yes.
Tamarind?
Yes.
Like a tamarind sourness. That is incredible. It's so tender. Like you could actually cut this with a fork.
Yeah.
But dense at the same time. Yes, thank you. Okay, and this is the other tongue. The sambal is incredible. Whoa. A symphony of cats. Alright. The hoof is just kind of like melting into the sauce right now.
I'm very happy that you enjoy the food.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no marrow in this bone, but there's juice and there's fat.
Yeah. Juice and
So you
fat.
kind of just suck it up. Oh yeah. Kind of like grainy almost. Grainy, yeah? And it's like cinnamony. That spice has seeped in there and just kind of soaked in the bone. You can also lick the jelly off the joints. Mmm. Oh yeah. As soon as you lick that, like your lips get coated in like a jelly fat.
Yeah.
Oh, it's wonderful. It's wonderful.
Looks nice, right?
Really good. To end the meal, that's like a dessert, a meat dessert. Oh yeah. Milk and custard and sugar.
We usually don't eat it like that anymore, but tyranny.
Tyranny. Alternate. This is a special custard. There's nuts in it, there's eggs, and then the traditional way to eat it is with a banana, and what you do is you can chop it up, or you can eat it the traditional way, which is where you take a bite of the custard, or and then take an alternate bite, or you can go like.
Ăn chuối với cái đó.
Then you can eat a
But
piece
then
of
you have to eat it
banana.
all together in one bite,
Yes.
banana and
A piece of banana and a
piece of banana. After the meat feast, it's tradition to eat this dessert
Yeah, because
with banana to
banana
digest the meat.
This to cool you down.
Yeah, I can feel the. It's a cool day in Kandy, but I am feeling the digestion sweats. That's for sure. The meat sweats. The body is at full digestion potential right now. That kasha?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, it's pretty awesome actually. It's like a. Oh. Oh no, I lost a piece of custard in my lap. Okay, that would be my next bite. Yeah, on its own, the custard is like simple, it's slightly sweet, it's creamy, and you taste the nuts in there. But when you take the banana with it, that like totally elevates the entire experience because you got the like creamy tartness of the banana mingling with the sweetness. The banana specifically has to be not overripe so that it's sour a little bit.
Yeah.
I think the combination is what makes it. I'm gonna lean back though. Oh yeah. Oh wow. What a meal.
Sitting closes really fast.
Granny is an amazing cook, and she cooks everything just from knowledge, from experience, and with ultimate love. The meat is incredibly delicious, but the love you can just taste in every single bite that you take. It's the late afternoon already, but from here we're just gonna walk around Kandy a little bit. We're gonna do a little bit of sightseeing, walk around, and maybe eat a little bit more. We decided to take a walk over to the Temple of the Sacred Tooth Relic, and it dates back to the late 1500s. It's one of the most sacred Buddhist sites in Kandy, and it's really like the heart, one of the cultural sites and which surrounds the kingdom of Kandy. And so we're just gonna, actually the weather is perfect, it's cool, it's breezy, we're just gonna take a little walk around and just mostly see it from the outside.
Bây giờ ảnh
Something I
đi
always love
vô
about
cái
Sri
chùa
Lanka are
Phật.
the trees, and just massive trees with spanning branches, the birds, the crows. It's the trees really stand out. You're gonna love the trees when you visit Sri Lanka, and the palm trees as well are amazing. The coconut trees. Micah's definitely enjoying himself running through the crowd. Micah, you enjoying yourself? We're off now to walk around the central downtown area of Kandy, maybe eat a little bit and just walk around and explore for a little bit.
Con khỉ nó leo ở trên dây điện quá trời luôn hả?
We came here and had the roti and the
Roti and sambal. We've been walking around Kandy for a little while, just exploring. It started drizzling, so we stopped inside. This is kind of like a tea shop, snack shop, a place to get quick eats, a place to get roti, hoppers. We ordered some roti, we ordered some sambal, and we're also going to have, hoppers. We're going to have tea here as well, and hoppers as well. Okay, cool. Thank you. Try some of the roti. Oh, it feels pretty thick. And then dip it into the roti. Sorry, dip it into the sambal. I got a little sambal in my lap. Just a tiny bit spicy, like quite salty. Sort of has a dry chili flavor to it, but it's kind of like maybe lime as well. It's that lime in it too, right? Kind of like a sharp saltiness though. Made from a combination of rice flour, coconut milk, and then you can, well, the best thing about hoppers is the method in which they make them in a rounded skillet so that the edges are crispy and the bottom remains kind of fluffy and gummy. And it's that texture that makes a hopper. Scoop out some of that sambal. It's good because it's so fresh, the hopper. Right out of the skillet. It's warm. It's like gooey on the inside, crispy on the outside. But I gotta admit, I'm still like pretty full from that lunch feast, the meat feast from Granny. Like that was a significant lunch, and that was like, it's still sitting heavy in my stomach right now. So it's a good thing we're just snacking right now. Today has been fantastic. We drove from Colombo to Kandy. We arrived to meet with Granny and Rosena's aunt and Rosena, and they cooked. That was an impressive and unbelievably delicious meal, and the food was excellent. The meat was incredible, the tongue, but without a doubt, that food was cooked with so much love, and that's what made it so spectacular, so incredibly delicious with every single bite. And that is a meal that I will never forget. I want to say a massive thank you to Granny, to Auntie, to Rosena for setting everything up and organizing everything. Massive thank you to you for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you're not already subscribed, click subscribe now, and also click that little bell icon so that you get notified of the next video that I publish. Thanks again for watching. Good night from Kandy, Sri Lanka. See you on the next video. And you're going to want to keep on watching this entire Sri Lanka food and travel series tomorrow. We're going to wake up early. We're going to go into the jungle for a very unique, cultural, indigenous Sri Lankan food experience. So that's coming up. Stay tuned. Thanks again for watching. See you on the next video. Village, and the Vedda are an indigenous group from native to Sri Lanka. We are going to go to the village, we're going to learn about the culture, we are going to experience the culture. They've arranged to cook local. This is as native as local Sri Lankan food as possible from the land. So it's going to be a journey, it's going to be a learning opportunity, it's going to be extremely special. I'm going to share the culture, the food, the entire experience with you in this video. 18 bends down the side of the mountain, but it's so lush, it's so tropical. That's an amazing road. Okay, we made it. Good morning, Rosena.
Good morning.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Awesome. What is the name of the... We're in a small town, close to a small town, right?
Yeah, this is called Sorabura Weber.
Just like a 5-minute walk to get to the lake, to get to the boat. And then we're going to take a boat ride from here to get closer to the village before we need to take another walk to get to the actual village.
Dạ, anh xuống
Early in the morning, it's still so quiet, so peaceful, not much
để
people.
chạy đi vô trong cái chỗ mà mấy cái ông bộ lạc cái đó hay sao?
Paddle boats are the best because it's so peaceful, it's so quiet.
Cái đó chiếc này không có máy chạy mà bơi.
We're just pulling up to the other side of the lake, and just the view, it's so peaceful, it's so quiet. I love how the trees just come out of the water. The grass, it's so jungly, it's so lush. There's a tree going up there, but yeah, what a spectacular ride. We made it to the other side. We're gonna then hike into the village. The greenery, the lushness, the wetness, it's just spectacular. And it's actually like, as now, it's not so remote. There's still tuk-tuks, there's still motorbikes. There are small villages and homes every now and then. But it's so peaceful, it's so serene. You see the birds, I just saw a flying peacock. I don't think I've ever seen a flying peacock. Wild peacock. It started raining. Okay, maybe we're just gonna take cover quickly. Right here. Hello, hello. Oh, some tea. Holy if you do want one. It's always perfect when it starts raining and the nearest covering is a tea house, a tea stall. So we're gonna have use this opportunity to have a quick cup of tea.
What do you call it? Super natural.
The cane, the jaggery,
Yeah,
or the
super
tea?
natural.
Both. Both. So you just drink a cup of tea,
Yeah.
and then you sip on the tea, and then you alternate with the. Okay, I gotta try that. Just take a little nibble. Oh yeah, that's sweet, but you taste like the grainy, like molassesy.
Người ta uống trà mà ăn giống cục đường tán quá à.
Okay. What is your name? Can you see yourself?
She's so fascinated with this.
Who's that? Who's that? Estuti. Estuti. Bye bye. Hey, just a very quick rain. We're back on the road and feeling great. That tea was very refreshing, even though it was hot and it cools you. Hello, thank you. Nice to meet you. Rita. Hello. This is amazing. And I'm just drenched in sweat. The humidity has really come out. Cool. Thank you, Rosina. He is one of the oldest members from the tribe. And then some of his children and some of the people in the village have started growing crops in
Nó
this
giống như
area.
ông già làng á,
To,
ông già đó.
more build schools, there's doctors, there's small clinics, but the older generation is still living traditionally, still lots of hunting and gathering for sustenance. This is a learning experience, a cultural experience. We've had a warm welcome. Hello. Hello. Stepping into the family hut now, all made from mud, and then there's wood. Inside the back is the kitchen hut where they are cooking. She has the fire going, she's cooking something, but then you can see the whole rack where they dry wood, where they dry meat. They eat a lot of game meat, a lot of, that's the method of preserving the food. Let's go take a look what's in the pot.
이름밭.
Okay, it's corn rice. I've never had it before.
She's boiling some corn. There's some corn and beans and looks like coconut, and then there's like a vegetable stew. Yeah, it looks very all natural, all fresh. Looks beautiful. Let's do this.
Nghe ông già này ông hát hay đọc báo không?
Calm the babies when they're crying. So he was like
So it's like a
showing
song
us
for
babies.
Okay, some uncle was just showing us it's like a traditional baby calming song. So he was using the axe just to rock the baby, almost like a chant of a song. And now stepping outside, they've got some game meat that they're also going to cook. So they're getting ready to chop it up. It is, dear?
Coi nó cắt thịt coi ngộ không?
Which they caught earlier in the morning, and then it's already sectioned out because they share it with the community. Oh, deer fat.
seeing all the
By the way, Rosina is also making a video, so go check out her video. She's going to be covering the food, but then also taking it back to her kitchen to cook, because she makes recipe videos.
Because how many hang will have to make? Let's take a.
Coi cái ông bắn nã thùng á.
The head is the target. The head is the target of the.
That aim. Okay. Okay. Looks like it could backfire so easily though, because oh, so you kind of got to shoot it sideways. Okay, you got to hold it like this, and I'm sure you have to kind of shoot it to the side, otherwise it will like hit the wood, bounce back at your face. I won't. Oh, I can see. Okay. Yes, I did hit it. Okay, wait, one more time. Okay, angle it. Here we go. Okay, that went like 10 feet into it. That's pretty cool. Okay, we better go see what's going to happen with that deer. In the kitchen, she's making some roti, which is made from millet flour, and she mixed in water, and I think that's it. The oils of the banana leaf keep it hydrated, keep it moist so that it doesn't stick. That's just like looks solid and thick and hearty now.
Thôi cái này
And
là
right in the kitchen also is
ông
the
ăn
beetle
trầu.
nut refilling station. So it's a little. They have the beetle nut. They have the leaves. They have. They also put lime. I'm gonna try just the beetle nut. He's shaving one for me with the leaf, but not the lime, because the lime can really like burn your gums. It's tutti.
Cái này là ăn trầu.
I like the taste though. It's like chalky or bakish and like woody. It really makes your mouth water, but then at the same time your mouth is like dry at the same time. That doesn't really make sense, but it's true. How's the?
Cái đó ăn là nhả ra chứ đâu phải nuốt thôi, để coi.
I'm feeling the same thing. I don't know what's happening to my mouth right now.
So she's gonna make the fresh meat. She's chopping up some garlic, some onions are going in. There's gonna be some spices. Oh, the curry leaves. Nice.
Bộ ảnh nuốt luôn hay sao à? Bà này bà nấu cà ri.
With the curry leaves. It's so fragrant. This entire hut is just filled with delicious aromas. But then in the deer meat, she added more spices. She added sea salt
Cà ri và
flakes.
thịt
She
nai.
added turmeric, chili. She added pepper. She added curry powder. Mixed that around and then poured that into the oil curry paste.
Có củ nghệ trong đó.
Unbelievably delicious. That's going to be great. And then lots of spices for the gaminess of that meat as well.
Bye.
Here, and he's going to show us how to dig out one of the yams, which is also a traditional food that they eat.
Cái này giống củ khoai mỡ
I
vậy.
think it's pretty big size. That's big. And I think they're going to boil that to eat as well.
Không phải củ khoai mỡ, khoai gì
I
đâu
just
á.
want to ask Uncle a couple questions, maybe about the tribe, about how long his family has been here. But we're going to need like 3 sets of translation. Vedda, that's all like indigenous Sri Lankan groups, right?
Yeah.
But then they have specific tribes.
Yeah, they have specific tribes. What he's saying is that like in other countries that they don't have like a lot of like sections for their tribes. So they're coming from one type of one bloodline sort of. So and it's called Uruvarge. So it's from the pig, like Ura is pig, so it's from pig tribe, like a Yeah.
Well, traditionally, the tribe would be a hunter-gatherer society. Fish, hunt, gather seasonal crops and produce, use the lush land of Sri Lanka and live off the land. And so like the skills that they have, their expertise and their skill at living off the land, it's a beautiful thing. But it is not it's a tough life. And so lots of the younger generation has started growing crops, have started more going to school to become educated, to get better jobs. But it's still important to remember, important to reflect, important to acknowledge, to appreciate the elder generation. And this is so incredibly special. It's such an honor. This is a privilege just to be sitting next to Uncle. This is a moment I will cherish and never forget. Thank you. How would you say thank you in their language?
Mama kecak honda mai kila kian. Mama kecak honda mai.
Mama
I cannot catch that. I'm sorry.
Mama?
Mama kecak honda mai.
Okay, that's how you say thank you. Mama kecak honda mai. Mama kecak honda mai. Mama kecak honda mai. Thank you for having us. Mama kecak honda mai. It's the same dry millet flour, but mixing it more into like a porridge, like a paste over the fire. The cooking method, the preparation, and the starch, it looks so similar to some things that I've eaten in Ethiopia or across Africa. Like so many similarities. Right out of the fire, she's molding them into balls. That's like, it's so burning hot. Still kind of drizzling, but not too hard, so we're gonna try to eat outside. They've set all the food out on mats and banana leaves. The dishes some of them are simple, but it smells so good, so natural. The whole grains, the corn, the coconut, the deer curry is in the center.
What you do is you just
Take the whole thing?
Yeah, take the whole thing, and then you douse it with the gravy.
Ah, okay.
So
He dished up one of these guys.
yeah,
Maybe I'll...
and this is
Sambal.
Yeah.
That looks great.
the authentic one.
And that's just pure chilies with
It's
nothing
pure
else.
chilies,
Okay.
pure chilies and
Maybe
salt.
salt in there.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like dough almost feeling. You can squeeze in. I'm just gonna try that first. Just the bean soup. Oh, it's amazing. Yes. It's so good.
Mấy ông này cũng biết ngón tay cái nữa.
The grainy doughiness of the starch, but then that like gravy with the beans, it's delicious. And for this one, I'll try the deer, chunk of the deer. Oh wow, this deer is amazing. It's not like the most tender meat that you'll have, but like
Thịt con nai
it's
cà
so
ri á.
flavorful, and it's like it's not that tough.
It's not
really
tough?
good, not too tough.
Okay. Wow.
So flavorful though. She added in so much dry spice in there, like not necessarily too like chili spice, but like it's like thick with dry spice. How do you get the sambal? It's okay?
Yeah, just take
Okay.
it.
I'm gonna get some of that sambal. This is just pure green chilies into my bowl. Okay, next bite. And then I'm gonna just kind of mix everything now with the green chilies, with the deer, with the beans. Sambal is awesome. Yeah, you taste the vibrancy of the green chilies. And then this is the roti made with the millet flour as well. Just scoop it up with this and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
with the deer.
Okay.
And the,
Mix it up with the deer,
and
with the sambal, with the everything.
It's good.
It's so good. It's the same grain, but
Cái củ
completely different texture.
cái củ đó củ gì đâu à?
And there's beans in here though too, right?
Yeah.
Beans,
and
corn,
coconut.
coconut.
Nó giống như là cái củ khoai à.
Thank you. Just reach in, it's okay?
Yeah. That's
Okay,
right.
thank you. And that's the yam that they just plucked out of the ground like 30 minutes ago.
Không phải cái củ trắng trắng nó mới là cái củ khoai hồi nãy, còn cái màu nâu nâu đó không biết là cái gì.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Give you the herbal drink yesterday. No, we'll have it tonight. Even I'm gonna have it.
Awesome. It's like starchy. Starchy from the corn, starchy from the beans, but then refreshing and crisp from the coconut. This is the yam. Oh wow.
Good.
It's like a totally different texture. Almost like creamy. That's not like really starchy tasting. Kind of like lighter tasting. Like it's not overly spiced, it's not, but the sambal is wonderful. And they just showed us that the chilies come from this plant right here. Oh, more chili up in there too. Oh, the freshness of that. Oh, that's almost like green bean tasting until the spice hits you. Now everything is just kind of mixed with that sambal with the beans and rice and the millet and the corn. And that deer curry is amazing. Wow. I'm loving it. The love in the food, the naturalness, the grains. You want to do a chili?
Yeah.
One of the reasons Rosanna's so cool, she's down to pop chilies.
Oh yeah.
Cheers. They're so fragrant though.
Yeah, it's really, really fragrant, but I'm waiting for the kick. How come that is hot?
The sambal is spicier than the chili.
Maybe they chose the really hot ones before, and now these are really young. Yeah.
That one is a little bit spicy, but it's more fragrant. It's more like almost citrusy, sour.
Yeah.
Mama ketchup kondama. Mama ketchup kondamai. Mama ketchup kondamai. And we just asked Uncle how old he is. 73 years old. I thought he was like 50. Look how young his features are. Living off the land. Yeah, it was an honor to be in his presence, to share a meal with him. Even though we don't speak the same language, even though I'm sure like our entire thought process and worldview is totally like opposite, but just being able to share a presence, to hang out with him, to sit next to him, he is an amazing man. Thank you.
And have a little chili on it. There.
Oh, no, that's hot. I have so many childhood memories of this. This is one of my favorite snacks. With that sambal, it's starchy, it's smoky, it's roasted. That's really good. The simpleness of the food, but everything prepared by hand, prepared with love, grown with their hands, and then prepared. The respect for the land and for Sri Lanka that they have, and it's awesome. It's awesome. Yes. We've all just finished lunch. We are going to line up for a quick photo outside of their home. And I'll say thank you to the entire family, to Auntie who cooked, to Uncle, an amazing cook. Thank you so much. It's been an incredible, memorable experience. So I want to say thank you to Auntie for cooking and everybody. Let's do tea.
Yeah, that's it.
Thank you. Bhumi Suti.
Bye.
Mama kita kondamai. Thank you. Thank you. It's hard to even process the entire experience and then to put it in words. But all I can say is that that was incredibly special. It was a privilege to have an opportunity to meet, to learn from the wisdom, from the lifestyle, from the the generosity of the Veda tribe and the people that we met. They were so welcoming. They had never really done anything like this before, and they showed hospitality. What always touches my heart in situations like that is even when you cannot communicate verbally, you can still communicate with your actions, with your feelings, with the general feel of everything. And so if you can just hang out, if you can genuinely appreciate the food, if you can smile, if you can make gestures of positivity, that's what really comes through, and those are the memories that last. Those are the people are just amazing. And that's one of those situations. The food, I loved the food. I loved how it was home cooked. I loved how everybody has graciously shared that meal with us. But it was the people, the community, the sharing. That's what really stood out. And so I want to say a huge thank you to the entire village for hosting us, and especially a massive thank you to Rizena. She organized everything. Go check her out. She is the minority taste. She has such a passion and a love for people, for Sri Lanka, for food. Finally, I want to say a big thank you to you for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear from you, and if you're not already subscribed. And by the way, subscribe and click the little bell icon, and also check out this entire Sri Lanka series. We're traveling through Sri Lanka, eating lots of incredibly delicious food, meeting people along the way. So make sure you watch the entire series if you haven't already. I'll have all the links in the description box. Thank you again for watching. I will see you on the next video. Actually, right now, we're continuing on to the other side, to the east coast of Sri Lanka. What's up? Thank you so much for having us. And the restaurant is called The Station because it's right next to the railroad track, right? It's such a cool restaurant. It's on the beach. You have sand at your feet, and you have amazing views of the ocean, the breeze. Beautiful, beautiful place. Nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you.
Cái nhà hàng này nó nằm ngay trên cái bãi biển luôn.
What size are those crabs?
There's about 1.4, 1.5 kilos. Even the claws.
Cái con cua khoảng chừng 1,5 kg.
Claws are monsters, like huge claws, like the size of your fist. The chefs are getting started on the crab curry. These mud crabs are ginormous.
Bây
Those
giờ
claws
người ta
literally
sẽ
make
nấu
your fist.
cà ri
Those
cua.
claws are like twice the size of your fist. Wow! And then the meat in them. There's both male and female. They're just going to clean up the crabs first before they make it into the curry. Cool. And these are the spices and ingredients that go in. She's going to get started on the Sri Lankan crab curry now. And first, oil goes in, then garlic. Oh, the aroma of that garlic is unbelievable. And now he's about to toss in. I believe those are curry leaves. Curry leaves.
Cái món này có vẻ độc đáo rồi nha. Ngon lắm.
Green chilies and tomatoes go in, and he's just kind of sloshing that around. My mouth is already watering, and he hasn't even added in most of the spices and the crab.
Anh nói là anh chảy nước miếng, anh thấy anh chảy nước miếng rồi đó.
So chili, cumin, and turmeric powder, and then black pepper, a small mountain of spices go in. Just kind of slosh that around. It soaks up, absorbs that flavor. Oh man, that is a base of just powerful, beautiful flavor. So this recipe is actually your family recipe, right?
Yeah, passed on from my grandmother to my mother, and then she just from down south.
Southern.
With a little family twist to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here come in the crabs. I want to put my face in there with the crabs. And now just kind of stirring it and kind of shaking it at the same time just to coat the crab in that spice, that thick, rich spice. Get an aroma full. It is unbelievable. He added in some water, and that kind of dilutes the spice paste. The spice is just going to fully saturate into the crab, into the meat, into the roe, into those claws, and all that flavor is going to just mingle into the crab meat. That's going to boil away for about 30 minutes or so to really bring out that flavor, and then coconut milk will be added. So they're also making a cuttlefish dish. What's the name of the dish?
Hot butter?
Hot butter cuttlefish. Hot butter cuttlefish. It's one of their signature dishes at the station too.
Có con mực, có con mực nó chiên nữa.
Taste it right right here? All right. This is a famous hot butter cuttlefish. The fumes just went up my nose. We gotta taste test it right now. Yeah, get it, get it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby.
The Sri Lankan Chinese influence dish. The harmony, the balance, the cuttlefish. So good.
Ăn món như vậy mới là kêu là món chứ.
The full hungry tourist Sri Lanka tour is here now.
Cái màn mà đi qua bên Đức ăn đồ ăn mà thấy chán quá, mà nó mát quá trời quá đất. Ở đây ăn là toàn là đồ thượng hạng không có, nhưng mà rồi chắc không có nhiều tiền đâu. Tại cái xứ này là cái xứ dân nghèo mà người ta mà đâu có đắt đỏ. Đồ cái con hào ngon quá trời luôn, thấy mà chảy nước dãi luôn á. À, nó tỏi nó bỏ vô ở trong cái con hào á. Rồi mấy con tôm càng nữa.
Let me serve you. River prawns stir fried in black pepper sauce. Smell that black pepper come here. Oh, thank you, man.
Món nào món nấy là thấy mà thời quá là độc đáo luôn. Con tôm là gạch quá trời gạch luôn. Ăn cái này thì là đáng đồng tiền bát gạo luôn.
Oh, that black pepper. I probably have a black pepper mustache right now. I know what we gotta do. Oh, dude, like that row. Guys, thank you. Martin, boom. Are we gonna cheers? Yeah, let's cheers. Let's cheers, guys. Cheers. Yeah.
Đi qua mấy cái xứ nghèo như vậy mà ăn phải nói là thôi là thoải mái luôn.
Remember you asking textures about a raw prawn? I mean a fresh. So that is
Đi qua mấy cái xứ nhà giàu thì chán quá.
You taste the pepper pronounced, but at the same
Ăn
time
cái chém thấy ghê luôn.
harmoniously blended into that sauce. I didn't even see the lobsters coming. It's a surprise. Surprise lobsters. And these are massive.
Bây giờ là tới con tôm hùm luôn.
It looks like the black pepper sauce again. And then you're just like scooping it out by the spoonful.
Con tôm hùm.
Okay, all right, you ready?
Thank you.
For a little bit of lime?
Okay, let me focus.
Okay, some more.
Oh, thank you, lime. Perfect. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, it's so tender.
Delicious.
Oh, that is unbelievable. Amazing. With that citrus, the squeeze of lime.
Tôm hùm ngon quá trời luôn.
It just melts in your mouth.
Ăn nó nặng chanh vô nữa ăn trời ơi.
Succulent and naturally sweet. Oh yeah.
Bá trái
So
luôn.
good, man. And Ujit just said that they're going to serve the crab now, so I'm heading back to the kitchen. He added in a bunch of coconut cream, coconut milk, and then a little bit of what I believe is a tamarind paste, like sourness. And now just kind of like letting that slow boil. The aromatherapy is just out of control. Awesome, and that's an ingredient I wasn't expecting. He just tossed in a handful
Rồi
of moringa.
cái nồi cà ri cua của ảnh là sắp sẵn sàng rồi đó.
Come to Papa. Okay, that's for Mark. That's for Mark.
Thank you.
Give another one. So the flavors are awesome. Actually, this is anybody wants extra spicy? Come to Papa. Okay, that's for Mark. That's for Mark.
Thank you.
Give another one. So the flavors are awesome. Actually, this is anybody wants.
Higher foot. Oh, the claw just fell apart. I'm sure you could catch a ball with this claw. It is literally the entire plate. The claw takes up the entire plate. It goes. If you were to spread this out, it would cover the entire plate. Oh, the claw just fell apart. A thick shell. Okay, I think it's time to one bite this. I'm gonna add some of the sauce to it though. Actually an incredible day, starting with the crab, an amazing lesson in Sri Lankan crab curd, wrapping them all up, the spices, the flavor, the chilies, an amazing and outstanding meal in such a relaxing, chilled out environment. It's been actually an incredible day, starting with the crab, an amazing lesson in Sri Lankan crab curry, wrapping them all up, the spices, the flavor, the chilies, an amazing and outstanding meal in such a relaxing, chilled out environment. It's been actually an incredible day, starting with the crab,